Hello everyone, and welcome to the Gems of War Guild Wars, week 16, day 5. It is a blue day, and another blue day that we are going to be spamming greens, oddly enough. This is mainly due to the new forest stroll being pretty viable at filling up a web spinner. So we're going to be trying that. Queen Mab is very rarely used actually within Guild Wars, surprisingly, at least on PC mobile it is. I know on console that's a completely different story. But on PC mobile, we don't really see many Queen Mabs, and because of that we can get away with infinite loop web spinner. So that is what we're going to be doing. One change I might do though is Scion first slot instead of Poison Master. I feel like we will be needing that on some/most engagements. On this particular one, I think I'll keep the Forest Scroll actually, but we will have to make out that exchange. I feel like when I was messing around with this in PvP earlier, that yeah, we're going to need that mana drain. Particularly if we see a Scion, it's going to have to be Scion against Scion. We're going to need that additional mana drain just to make sure they stay down. But against stuff like this, I think we can get away with it. His famine is partially blocked, so we'll be able to work from there. And yeah, just do the Astral Spirit from the beginning. Get our Forest Stroll down, boom, cast it, win. And then we just throw Poison Master for free points and free mana. So sounds like a plan. And it is indeed a blue day, and this is indeed a blue team. So in we go. Hello, Raphael. Hello, Lolite. Hello, JZG. Hello, Henny. Hello, Amanda. Welcome all. 2 at night for you. Wow, you're staying up late. Oh, glad you could join us.
Mana surge.
Okay. Oh, move that over. Move that over. And what else do we do now? What do we need to move? Also, the video from earlier, there's a few streams that we've been doing, actually hasn't even uploaded yet. YouTube's taking a very long time. I was like checking, and it still didn't even finish yesterday's video. So I'll have those up whenever they're actually done. Where to move? I don't know if I should Skull Distract him or not. I kind of want an Astral Spirit, but there isn't really anything of too good of value. Maybe Purple Remove is about the only thing. But we don't really get much out of that other than a Brown, but that Brown is pretty important because that starts our guy, but we can just move the Brown, so yeah, let's just do that. Just like that. He'll do whatever. We can double green. It is a very bad board to try to double on right now, though. Could just remove all the yellow from the board. One issue with that, he gets Brown extra turn, and that we do not want, so we'll just double green. And as expected, that will miss, of course. He does get a decent amount of mana from that, but we get the 10 times. Ooh, we do not have a +1 on Brown. It is on green and blue. So that does not give us full mana, but we can do just move that over, Skull Distracted, and there we go, we won. We'll do that, get the web spinner going. 1, 2, 3. You better not miss. He might actually famine if I miss. 4, 5, 6, get wrecked. And ideally that will happen every time. Let's see, 1, 2, 18. What is that score scaled up? 1, 2, 18. And that is why we're doing this team, or at least messing around with it. Let's see, 1, 2, 18, 1, 2, 18. Let's see. 1, 2, 18, 1, 2, 18. Times 1, 2, 18. Wait, did I do something wrong with the calculation there? Oh yeah, I did. Whoops, wrong number. 1, 2, 18, 1, 2, 18. Times 1, 2, 18. That should be the right one now. There we go. I was gonna say 1,461 is what that scored. Scaled up to if you scale it up to the 300 base points. 1,461 is what we did on the first battle. Ooh, the dreaded Scion. Okay, now here's the moment when we contemplate: do we keep Poison Master? I think the answer is going to be no. Gotta get that Scion. Scion on Scion action. Gotta get that Scion on Scion action to take that off. I cannot keep that on my team. Oh, we might need to switch banner now, too. To a brown-green instead. Yeah, let me go do that. That is not where you switch banner. Brown-green, brown-green. Where are you? There you are. I got brown-green. And of course we'll do that for the +1 on Forest Stroll. We already have a +1 for Scion off itself. And we have the green for the Web Spinner, so that a 5 times plus a 4 times is full mana. So we'll be good to go. And see how this works out. Hello, Joe. Let's see. Can you do Vinoxia, Lady Ornerial, Mercy, Queen Mab? Let's see. Vinoxia, Lady Ornerial, Mercy, Queen Mab. I don't think I can get away with using that. I could do that in PvP after the fact, but I wouldn't want to risk it using a normal PvP. I'm not really too experienced using that team, and I'll probably mess something up. For PvP, I don't mind. For Guild Wars, I basically have to make sure I win pretty much every single battle. Where do I move? Where do I move? The team's probably pretty good, it's just I don't have the experience using it, so even if it is, I won't play it correctly. We can take a Skull, which is always nice. It doesn't drain any mana though, surprisingly. Where do we take it? Let's take it that way. So we'll do that, get our little poke. We have our mana drain just sitting there. We can also play Shuffle the Mana if we want to. So if we wanted to, how do we play this? How do we go about this? We have a nice Astral Spirit. She can do a lot. It's either Skull, so I believe I do cast Scion, he takes Skull. I use Astral Spirit into a Skull, and then we go from there. Or we could do Blue Surge into Skull, Scion, and then Forest Troll. I think I like that idea better. So the game plan then is... Oh no, but what if he takes the other Skull the other way? Well, I have no control over that. Let's just see what he does. Okay. If he takes that Skull to the left, that'll ruin my plan. If he takes anything else, that'll be fine. Okay, this is a really weird situation. Okay, so we'll do this. He'll take a Skull. Oh, and he did take it correctly. Perfect. So he'll take the Skull and do that, of course. We'll take a... do we deliberately take green or not? We can take green right here. I actually surprisingly do not want to take it, because if I do, that reduces our chance of gaining an extra turn. The only problem is, I can almost guarantee he will swipe Famine Mana. But it doesn't matter if he does, because I can just drain it then. Well, then it does, because... You know what? I'm taking it. There. Yeah, I knew he was going to take Famine Mana. I just didn't want him taking my green. But I took the green for him. Okay, now we cast Scion. Wait. Now we cast Scion. And then we go from there. What even just happened? So we'll cast that. He'll Skull us. That's fine. And now we can do something. Still can't get a nice Astral Spirit down there. Obviously, I'm not going to do it on green. That'd be a really bad idea. I could throw the double green, but he's not going to take a green next turn, so I don't really need to rush it yet. Is there really no Astral Spirit? I guess I could do it on red. That won't really give us anything of value, though. I might just wipe the purple and hope he doesn't get a Skull off the top. And then we'll go from there. Okay, that works. Not exactly what I wanted. That actually removes one green from the board, which is the opposite of what I'm trying to do here. I guess we get Astral Spirit the blue. That does give us a red here, which we don't need, but it denies him. It also, of course, gives us that purple all the way in the corner. And I don't particularly need the color on the board. Okay, he is Famine now. That is definitely not a good thing. I guess we Skull Distract. Can we finally get this thing off already? There we go. Nice poke. So that's dead. One less thing to worry about. He'll Skull next turn. That will not kill. I could even Skull him now, but the only problem is, of course, that... oh, we could actually Astral Spirit now. No, we can't. Never mind. I can't Astral Spirit now. Because I still have to drain him regardless of what I do right now. The struggle of not having a Corvash. Oh, gosh. Yeah, I know I can entangle the Skull thing if I use the thingy thing. I just like having the mana drain in case we have to do it against famine and stuff. That's the main reason why I'm actually doing it, for this instance right here. So we'll throw that down. He'll take the skull. And 8. I don't want to have to do this on 8, but it keeps not giving me a better board. There we go. Still a horrible board. Might just throw it though. I need to do something to him. I don't think we have a Astral Spirit right now, so we'll go for it. Got it. 1. Yeah. Oh wait, we did get it somewhere. It's 2. Yeah, we just throw it. 3. 4. Dead. Oh, I love it. I love that so much. That's great. Nah, not this again. Yeah, I'll keep the Scion. The Scion's almost more for the famine than it is for the actual countering of the Scion. The main thing I want to do is I want to shuffle the mana with however many skulls there are on the board, so that he's basically using a dead first troop. Because if I use Forest Troll, he still gets to drain us with Scion. Not off a skull, but he still gets to do his ability. If we do Scion first slot, he can't drain us with his ability or with his skull. Well, he can, but then we can just skull him right back, which is the idea of what I'm trying to go for with this. It's the main reason why I'm using Scion instead of Forest Troll. I need the Scion against the Scion to counter out Scion, because itself is one of its best counters. Which also means he can counter us if we get unlucky, but generally that will hopefully not happen, ideally. Well, yeah, let's just go in again, see what happens. My eye is bothering me. Good evening, Maximuse, welcome. Also, hello, Vampire, welcome as well. I see your hellos. All the hellos. The gigantic hellos. Oh, you said hello, Tacet, and hello, chat. I thought you said hello to me twice. That will happen when I can't see. Alright, anyways, my eyes are... no clue what my eyes are doing right now. But, what can we move? Red, what will you do if we move you? You will give him a lot of stuff. Next plan, brown. Let's just go over every color. Purple, not worth it. Yellow, not worth it. Blue. We get a green. And that's about it. Yeah, I don't think there's a single color worth it right now. I'm scared that he's going to take green if I don't take green. So we'll just go and try getting some brown then. Oh, we can take a lot of green off the board then. That works. What's our next order of business then? Okay. Let's see. Options. That's the only problem with using an Astral Spirit. Every single turn we have like a billion things we could potentially do. And it's hard to determine if every single one or if any of them are even good. Unless it's like a really, really obvious move. Yeah, I don't think there's one this turn either. I'm just going to take the brown. Play it safe. He's going to Ragnagord any second now anyways. Oh, well, he took the red for it. Do we begin? Or do we let him hopefully give us a better board? I think we begin. Oh wait, yeah, we did get the extra turn. Sweet, okay. Not the best of wars. I would have preferred something that wasn't this. I almost want to just remove brown, then let him do his thing. I don't feel like Web Spinner will land. And I'm feeding famine if I miss, and I have no backup. I'm going for it. Yep, I had the feeling. Whenever they're like that, there was actually very few options where the gems could have spawned that actually would have helped us. So I was right. Should have stuck with it. He also has 0 mana right now, which is actually bad because that means we can't drain anything off of him. So we just wait. Throw the skull. Okay, that is really bad. We'll move the green over. There is a skull shuffle though. There is a skull shuffle. So we do have that as an option. We can just take a mana this turn, let him take a skull, us take a skull. Oh no, there's a problem with that though. I would have to extra turn it because then he'll just famine us. Alright, we got a bad situation now. Shouldn't have done it. Okay, let's take the red. Because that will give us another skull now. And now we'll kill out Scion. He will get a famine on us. I don't think there's a single way I can really avoid that at this point. Yeah, there he goes. Okay. Well, now we're basically back to the starting board, except he has an empowered Ragnarok now. But we don't have to deal with Scion at least. So that's a plus, but a really big minus. Not to mention he's probably going to get famine really soon. This board has a lot of color in his favor. Not to mention we just... Oh, well, now we're... well, now we're really back to the beginning. We also have no summons. That's a little bad as well. But what we do have now is a better board for Web Spinner. And it did hit. So 1, 2... 3, 4. Why couldn't you have done this a couple turns earlier? 5. Dead. There we go. Well, that didn't go over too great. What's our score for it, though? Well, still 1,426, and that's the base 300 as well. So, we didn't lose too many points for that. That was, like, what, a 50-point loss, about? Approximately. So not too bad. And now we're up against the Cabarrus team. Haven't seen this guy around for a while. We could actually switch back now, and I think I will. Or do we? You know what? I'm not going to switch back. You know why? I'm going to keep this in so we can drain the initial mana that he gives us. We can take a skull on the very first turn and get 8 mana from him. So, I might as well just leave it as is. Roll with it like this. The only problem leaving it like this is Forest Troll does not get mana as quickly. The other slight issue is if he somehow does get full mana on the first Cabarrus, he will devour, of course, or have a chance to. And if he does, he gains attack. And if he wasn't entangled, he would not gain that attack. But we'll still run as is. I'm more worried about his mana. If we make sure he never casts to begin with, then he's never going to get to devour. That could give him attack. So as long as we keep his mana down with the Scion or whatever, then that will solve that problem. So let's just go with this. Hello, Gimme! Welcome. Dark and Bat combo? What about Dark and Bat combo? That's normally used on tomorrow, on a red day. The Dark Troll plus Crimson Bat combo. I mean, wait. You wouldn't do that. Wait, never mind. Never mind, wait. Dark plus Bat combo. When you need one other troop to work with that, you would need something else to actually use the color for that. Not quite sure what you're referring to with that. Okay, well, take the red over. Take the blue over. We do not have enough greens to get started. We could actually win right now if we had more green on the board. We can remove yellow for the red turn. No, you took the blue off, or technically, I took the blue off, but why you do such things? Okay, let's try it. You got it. 1. Or never mind, that's 1. Oh, we already failed at the first one. No, 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 good. Okay, that was almost excessively bad. But we can now just throw the Scion. And now we can start web spinnering. Please don't miss. Because they have to use a lot of stuff that uses that color. Oh, if I keep missing, this could be really bad. No, stop missing. Stop it. Okay. Skull, I need you. I cast upon ye. No skull, no skull. Still no skull. I can skull distract, which I think I'll need. We also get a 5x purple, though we will not be able to use it. Yeah, so there's our 5x purple I just said. But as I just said, I can't use it, so it doesn't really serve much purpose. Though, instead of taking it for 5x, I can try it for 4x and get a skull to kill it. That's not where I needed that skull, though I... Do I take it or do I not take it? That depends. Where will Forest Guardian hit? Forest Guardian will hit very, 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 very hard. So, no, we do not take it. We definitely do not take it. We let him take it, he'll kill Scion, and we hope we get a blue drop there that we can go take. So, that'll be the game plan. So, throw Scion. Drain everything. That is not a blue that we can take, though there is a brown in the corner, so we'll go for that. He'll take a green next turn, we'll double the greens, that will land. We web spinner like crazy, and ideally that will win us the game. So there's the green he takes, double it, we land it, and from here we ideally just loop into the win. And if we don't, we probably lose. Go! Why? Why have you forsaken us? Well, we'll take that. We'll take that. Astral Spirit. Actually, I probably should have checked for Astral Spirit the previous turn, not now. Not as much of a purpose doing it now. Is there any way we can extra turn that? I believe the answer is no. Well, actually, extra turning anything in general would be good, but that seemed like the easiest one to do. And it's not possible. So, Web Spinner, go. Got it. There we go. There we go. That could have gone a lot better. Well, let me double check. 1506. Scale that down. That's probably only 1,400 or so. 1506. 1506. Let me see. 1506. 1506. I clicked the wrong thing. 1506. 1506. Times 1506. Oh, ouch. That battle did really bad. 1,380 was the score we ended up doing there. Let's see, what's our final battle? Do we try it again? This time he only has a Spirit Fox as his green. I think the main thing I need to make sure I do is make sure they don't have a huge green troop on their team. But then again, what if we're up against Famine? Then what do we do? Well, that's why we have the Scion, I guess. I don't know. But we'll try it one more time. We'll see what the final score is for using it all 5 battles. This will actually be the first day that I run it as all 5 of my battles. Draculus Bat combo? Draculus? What about it? What about the combo? Let's see. Are you saying that Dark Bat is the Draculus? Oh yeah, Draculus could work in this team if you wanted to. We'd have to replace out Scion with it though, I believe. We couldn't replace out Web Spinner. We also can't replace out Astral Spirit, surprisingly. Even though it is a true damage kind of thing that would synergize it with it. Oh wait, never mind. Well, that's what I said then. That's why we need to remove Scion. But we have to keep Astral Spirit. The main reason for this is the board control that it gives initially is very, very, very powerful. And it's the main thing I'm trying to utilize to really increase our score when we do these battles. Okay, so Astral Spirit, do something good. Get your value. That skull I can ignore. Yellow will give me nothing. Brown could actually be an option. Gives us a purple. And that's it. So it's not worth it only for a purple. Red's not worth it. Yellow... What will yellow do for us? Also not worth it. I might just have to pass my turn again on this. That or see if there's a way that I can take a brown right now. Now that's kind of one of the problems with using a Scion in first slot. I cannot actually do much here because, well, then again, I would have the same issue the other way around. If it was the other way around, I'd basically be forced into taking this skull, which I'm kind of forced to do now because the only other really good move I have is the blue into a purple. The biggest issue with this is he's just going to Scion us. One other thing I could do, just because of what he's using, I could remove yellow just so he doesn't get the value out of removing yellow. So I think I'm going to do that. Okay, and that ended up giving us mana actually for our thing. I didn't even notice that. That works perfectly. And then we'll just take a brown. Oh, there's one big issue with us taking brown though. And that is the obvious fact that he's going to get Scion out of it. And I have no other way to get him to full mana though. How many greens are on the board? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Not enough, but they're in okay positions. At least over here. And right over there is okay. What will we do if he gets that much mana? We'll move that down. Does that move far enough down? It'll move down 3. 1, 2, 3. No, it won't. I might still go for it. I will greatly regret it if I do, though. Maybe we'll just go for a blue and see what he does from there. Interesting. I can Skull Distract him right now. It'll give him full mana, but I can Skull Distract him. Because he's going to drain my Scion and get a free Skull. That or we could just let Spirit Fox go already. Let's just do that. There we go. Have a Spirit Fox. So we take that for free. Take our mana. Get that going. Take free blue, which now goes straight into our Forest Troll. And then we can take another blue. And then that, of course, goes into our Forest Troll and some into our Web Spinner. We'll do that. And now we won. Yeah, now we win. No, we took green off the board. That's actually really bad. So I have no need to cast Scion, but I kind of do because I need him not casting his Scion. So we'll do that. He'll take the skull. And now we just gamble with it. A miss, but we have green on the board now. He gets a kill. Have we had one die every single time now? 1, 2. Keep it going. 3, 4. It might just go all the way. No, it didn't go all the way. Close enough. And there we go. Now let's see. What was the score for that? 1663. That seems below average as well, but the fact that we keep losing a troop doesn't help much. 1663. Let's see what that is downscaled. Okay, yeah, we did do a little bit below average. We only did 7,157, so I might need to actually stop using this then. It can score really high when it works correctly, but you lose so much score when it doesn't work correctly. Oh, I completely forgot what number I just said. Okay, well, I can check the video. The benefits of streaming. Let me see. Oh, wait, I clicked through that quick. But I think I saw it initially. I sometimes do that while playing offline now, too. I'll, like, try going into the stream to try to check something that just happened, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot I'm not streaming. That has happened to me a lot the last month. Okay, we got 1663. So, let me see. What number do we need then? 5 divided by 6 times 1663. Oh, yeah. That's had a similar bad score. That did 1,385. So basically, both times we did really bad that we lost a troop on, we end up scoring about 1,380 both of those 2 times, which is definitely below average. Anything below 1,400 per battle is, once you rescale it to 300, is pretty low. But yeah, I'm still fine with that though. Anything above 7,000 I'm perfectly fine with. As long as we don't lose any and we get above 7,000, I am perfectly fine with that every single day. We've actually dropped down to 8th, though it's only a 14,000 gap to 6. So hopefully some of the battles we haven't done will end up pushing up there. Because we do have quite a few people, and Holog hasn't done either of his other 2 days. He's actually 5-0 without all the stats. You technically don't really need the stats to win. The stats are mainly just to help. Well, just to help. That's really it. Though I do make it mandatory. I see some people haven't done it, but I believe most of the people that haven't done it are new to the guild. Forsaken just came in. Harvo came in, I think, the other week. And Holog is on a new account, plus just came in recently. He's trying to grind. But yeah. We'll just go and see what we can do in PvP. So are there any other teams you guys want me to do? Go over? Anything else? Tomorrow's day is a round day, if I'm not mistaken. Or no, it was a red day. It was a red day, I believe. Right? Yeah, tomorrow's red day. Tomorrow we're actually going to run a really weird team. We're going to be running this. We're going to be running this. I have it saved on a different team, but Rock Troll, Dark Troll, Elamagrim, and Furnace. I think I ran it before, but I've never ran it for all 5 battles during the new scoring system. So I'm kind of curious what will happen if we were to run this. So that's what we're going to be testing next week. Well, stun that so he can't drain us. No drain for you. We need such a little amount of mana. Where are you? A little bit amount of mana. Oh, I just gave him the Scion. But we got our mana, so it's not going to matter. Get it going. Double the purple. Elamagrim. 1. Ah, we only made it to 2. Oh, no, there we go. 2. Okay, we only made it to 3 casts. And a very shaky 2 cast. But, oh, we can just Infernus. What am I doing? There we go. There we go. So yeah, I'll probably be running that in Guild Wars tomorrow. That's actually pure red, surprisingly. It's one of the few other teams that's exactly the same. It's kind of like my yellow team day. The yellow data I normally use is exactly the same in PvP as it is in Guild Wars. This is the exact same way. The way you use it in PvP, the perfect version of the team, is the same one that can be used for Guild Wars, which is nice. There are very, very few teams that can do that, and that is one of them. Enemy level too low to get a good score. Happens. Enemy level too low to get good score. Happens. What do you mean by that? It is possible to definitely have not enough troops to get a good score, that is for sure, because sometimes you just don't have 4 times options. The easiest workaround to this is just using 3 of a color plus 1 converter, or if you're struggling even with that, you can just use whatever your normal PvP team is. Let's see. Hello! Welcome, Undertale. Let's see. Hello, Gaming with Kingdom. Welcome as well. Or King Moon, I mean. Let's see. But yeah, if anyone else has any other questions, things you want me to go over, or anything of the such, feel free to leave them all in chat. Let's see. Today is Saturday. So we'll go over the new troop tomorrow, because then we'll know for sure if it's finalized. We're getting like some kind of Phoenix thing for Suncrest. Nothing really too interesting. There might be a really weird mechanic that you can kind of do with it, but it's just going to be a troop that's has that one kind of gimmick, but it's not really worth ever using. You're only going to use it the week of the event, probably because we'll have some kind of bonus associated with it. And then after next week, it's going to be another dead troop. The art for it looks really nice, though. But that's the only thing that's overpowered on it is the art. Everything else is average or below average. So yeah, it's not really going to be used. So unfortunately, that's a little bit depressing. But we'll good possibility we're getting the next update next week or the following week. So at least we have that to look forward to. They said they were trying to get it out by the end of the month, at least for a console. And next week would be the end of the month. So if they're doing it next week. I almost said next month. And PC Mobile, while we might not get it next week per se, we are definitely 100% getting the new patch before September 15th. So that is also coming very, 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 very soon. Also on the 15th, we have a new kingdom to look forward to, and next Friday we have a new mythic. On the 15th we have a new kingdom to look forward to, and on wait, didn't I just say that? Yeah, new kingdom on the 15th, and new mythic next Friday. And the new mythic thing applies to both platforms. Actually, I think the new kingdom applies to both platforms too. But yeah, the new mythic for both will be different. For PC Mobile, it'll be a new one for Forest of Thorns. For console, I believe it'll be Oriali. I don't think you guys got her yet. If so, it'll be her. And for the kingdoms, on the 15th, I assume console will get Urskea Kingdom, which is the kingdom over here. Nothing really too notable about it. It has a bunch of enraged troops. The legend there is about the only notable thing. And maybe Leshy, which is actually a common there, which can entangle everything. It has some very niche purposes, but is still useful occasionally. And we're going to get Merlantis on PC Mobile on the 15th, which is probably going to be over here. It's going to be a sea-based kingdom. Has a lot of movement-related spells, which will be kind of nice, because some of those troops are going to be viable in use. And currently, no movement is within the meta at the moment. No troop that has the capability to move the enemy is good at this current moment in time. So that'll be kind of nice that they're going to be adding that. One thing to note, though, is Dust Devil still will be keeping its value, though. I don't believe they're adding anything next patch with Empowered, so it's still going to be the only troop in the game with a first turn shuffle. So yeah, that will still be a thing. Because I do know there is a one purpose that Dust Devil kind of gets used for these days, at least in the current state of the game. I don't use it for that, but I know some people may on occasion. It's using a Dust Devil to move a Scion to last slot. If they're using Scion first slot with whatever random team they're using, just use a Dust Devil. The Scion then goes to last slot, boom, and then you're ready to go. That's the only thing I really know of that kind of works. Let's see. You've used your Elamagrim team in Guild Wars with good success on console. Not usable against Mab, just combos. Oh yeah, you can never use looping teams against Queen Mab. Every looping team in the game will never work against Queen Mab. You might be able to get away with it, but generally when you get away with it, it's because you ended up looping before she actually got the freeze on you. Oh, we'll just go for this one. I was trying to see if we could find a Queen Mab real quick to see if it would work. But generally, yeah, once you get frozen with a looping team, your chance of losing increases exponentially. Because, of course, the whole point of building a looping team is, of course, to actually loop. And if you can't loop, then the team just falls apart. Don't. No. Well, luckily we have Grim. He's about one of the few things in the meta right now that actually has immune to silence, but that's only because he has Impervious. If it wasn't for that, then he would not have immune to silence. Also, I can't believe I'm saying this, but for once, getting cleansed off of, what's it called? Off of silence actually is not good right now. I was going to take those reds to make it go into Grim, but now I can't. Because if I take red now, it's just going to get Corvash. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. So we'll let him Corvash us. We're cleansed on pretty much everything. The only problem is we can't really do much. So we'll move that down. Gotta start getting our lower 2 manas. Probably should have used a team that actually uses blue against this. And yellow more efficiently. Because nothing that we're actually gathering is really helping us much. And there goes another Corvash. Oh, and Silent One if that wasn't enough. But it looks like we are starting to get the team rolling now. Not enough purples to do anything though, but we'll go double it. Let it kind of stick there. We'll take a skull, we'll take another skull. And now we start ramping. 1. Oh, we didn't get enough mana. Wow, 1 mana short. That is unfortunate. And taking a red will not fill it, nor a brown. I have to take a purple. Don't have a choice. Hey, after turn, I'll take it. Well, complete miss. I guess we infern it. No! Why? Silent One. Why you do this? Alright, well, at least the mana goes directly into him, but now Corvash can reach us. And there goes our Mercy stuff. One of the most annoying counters to what we're using. The Mercy. The dreaded Mercy. I like how I keep using teams that are just awful against what they're facing. It definitely is not a good idea to use a purple spam team against the best troop for denying purple. That is for sure. So we'll get that up. At least he doesn't have Corvash anymore. He also has 0 attack, so he won't be able to do anything off of that. What else do we move now? I want to get Infernus off. That would probably be our best thing we could do. Unfortunately, that's not really something we can do. Stop silencing us. 1 Infernus and we already won, so at least we won at this point. It's just a matter of getting to that point. Let's just keep stalling turns until they don't get another one. How do you get a silence? Let us Infernus already, and don't you dare revive. Good. There we go. Try out Werewolf, Wisp, Giant Spider, and Wisp. Sure, that could work. Part of the convert on Werewolf is going to get wasted, though. But, yeah, we'll go try it. Not against Humilities, though. This would be easier. So let's go against this. The reason I don't want to do it against Humility is he's going to one-shot Draculus us if we try using that team against it. So let's get the Werewolf in here. Werewolf. And Wisp. Wisp, Giant Spider. I almost feel like you'd be better off just going a 3rd Wisp or something else other than Werewolf. You don't really need tankiness in a team like this. You need damage output. So we'll just go Frozen Banner for the +2 blue, +1 purple. And that brings us to a +3 purple. Also, the Werewolf is going to be blocking our mana from being able to get up. There it is. I only passed it like 2 times. There we go. Hello, Ajax. Welcome. Okay, we'll take the skull with a little bit of mana. And what else do we need to do? Take another skull, why not? Even though we get really poor value out of them. Still better than nothing. Green Surge would be great right now. It'll get the team going. Okay, of course we don't. Well, Skull Distract, go. And then we'll just go from there. Yeah, purple to blue. Wait, purple to blue? I guess that's for filling Giant Spider back up. It's not really going to be that helpful, though. It's going to get more in the way than anything. Because with this team, you want as many purple on the board as possible. You would never actually want to convert it out of your team. But he'll take a Skull Poke. Yeah, purple to blue is going to be useless. Where do we move? Well, we might as well just keep letting him tank. And just go from there. We'll throw down a Wisp. And, well, we can get an extra turn out of it. Might as well go for it. Get the damage we need. And I believe this is a yellow to brown or brown to yellow. Yellow to brown. That would be useful because it fills himself. Also, it takes away colors that we don't actually need. His initial ability is not useful, though, at all. So now we can get rid of green. Throw... I guess we just throw double wisp. Get the red for free. That gives us another wisp. Move that out the way since it's just getting in the way of everything. Get the skull. I need this to die already so we can actually do full skull damage. That gives us another wisp. And another one. And that finally kills Gorgolfa. Unfortunately, he summons. And another one. Take a blue. No surge, unfortunately. Also, he has gotten no mana during any of this, which is something we kind of need. We'll move that over. And just start getting the spider up, I guess. Can't drop it, can't do anything there. We'll just take the blue thing over. And we will need him for a tank now. So we'll do this and just to get Giant Spider back up. The problem with this, though, is... It's a... I don't know what you're... Oh, never mind. This is a different ability. But... I forgot, wrong one. But, like with this, the fact that you do a werewolf that then fills into your giant spider is kind of redundant because you convert out the purple that you need to get your blues. And then once you get giant spider, you have no purple on the board to use it. So then you can't do anything. Speaking about not being able to do anything. I can't do anything on this board. Actually, I think I ruined it by taking that turn. So let me just go throw the wisp. And we're just gonna have to skull him down, pretty much. Well, go throw that down. And, well, at least we got the extra turn, so we'll throw that down. 1 HP! I thought that would be enough damage. But yeah, as you can see right now, the reason this doesn't work is, yes, this gives you full mana back to your giant spider. But now where do you cast that giant spider? You just got rid of everything you needed to be able to cast it. That's the reason it doesn't work. So now we can't even use our giant spider because we just denied him to be able to get his mana. So we got a troop. We basically just wasted the entire mana pool of 2 troops. And we removed what we needed from the board. We're almost doing the enemy's turn for them by doing that. Well, we'll go take that. I guess we'll just take the skull. I was going to double shuffle. Oh, you know what? I might still do it. If we can get a extra turn skull, that'd be great. There we go. Exactly what we needed. There we go. Hello, Simple! Welcome! Yeah, the flavor text that they put on a lot of some of the cards are pretty funny. I should do just a stream of going over all of them in alphabetical order at some point. That'd be a weird stream. Just going through them in alphabetical order and reading every single one. The only problem is I don't get the reference of about, like, 60% of them. Let's say this. I don't get the reference of more than how many of them I get the reference of. I'm pretty sure a good majority of you will get the references for almost all of them. But let's see. The old gods are So Last Year. That's a pretty common referencing. She's the real queen of the damned. I don't know what that is too. More alkalites required. Only high-functioning sociopaths need apply. That's a pretty standard thing. 4 more humane form of dismemberment. Flaming axes sever. And cauterize in 1 easy stroke. Not even sure if that's a reference. A master of mixology. Just add parsley, rosemary, and thyme. But yeah, anyways. Some of them are good. Some of them are kind of bland. Some of them are really funny. Or just references in general. Am I giving out a code tonight? No, we already gave out 2 earlier. And generally I don't give more than 2 on a given day. The times we normally give out redeem codes is on the Friday and Saturday streams from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as well as on Monday nights at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when we do that stream. Hello, Sideways Stare. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, is there anything else you guys want me to go over? Guild War teams for tomorrow, new troops, new anything, stuff that's happening in the future. Well, as far as the upcoming schedule, new patch soon TM, probably like the next week or two. We'll have the new patch, and that will bring a billion different things to have to go over, so we'll be doing that once that gets here. Other things we have to do is September 1st, new Mythic, and September 15th, new Kingdom. So that's everything coming up. Yep, see, there goes Aaron with the getting to what the reference attribute is. Did Hola get his account reinstated? No, he had to create a new account. Let's see. We'll go and what should we throw at it? Oh, this is the same thing we just faced. Let me go use something that actually uses blue this time. Here, let's go with this. You know what the minigame is? Yes, it's dungeoning. The new minigame coming in next patch is dungeoning. It is a daily minigame that you can play, well, every single day. You'll have 3 different battles that you can do. These battles are against all Mythic level 20 fully traded troops, generally all Legends and Mythics for the most part. And one of these troops will have a special modification on them that makes them even more powerful than what they normally are. What this is varies depending on what they are. What specifically all of them are, I have not the slightest clue. We'll find out when they come out. But they have various different ones. And essentially what you have to do is just beat all of them every single day. And yeah, that's what dungeoning is going to be. And your reward for doing so is going to be a new resource called jewels. And these jewels will be used within the context of the crafting system. Crafting, from what I understand, will mainly be using souls and jewels, though there is a possibility it might be using trait stones here and there. I'm not quite sure. We'll find out when it comes out. But it definitely uses souls and it definitely uses jewels in most things crafting related. And nothing else will be using these jewels from what I'm aware of other than the crafting system itself. Also, how did we get to this really bad situation all over again? He's also about to Corvash us, which is really bad. Yep, we got the Corvash. And we got a cleanse, not really a useful one. Looks like we're gonna die. What's with me losing the silent one all of a sudden? It's like not even that good these days, yet it's doing amazing. I shouldn't say that it's not doing good these days. It's actually doing really good these days. It's just, normally it wasn't really that decent of a troop. Oh, go throw that down. What else do we need to go do? Take Brown. Throw this down. Don't! No! Yeah, might as well just retreat. Really? Well then, that's such an easy team to take out. It's literally just the Corvash as the entire team. It still manages to do that. Do you know if you only fight 1 troop on a team in dungeons? No, it's going to be 4. It's 4 versus 4 battles. It's still full team versus full team. They didn't end up doing one of the things that they were thinking of doing though, which they might still do it in the future. Maybe they'll do it as some kind of special event. But they did say at one point they were maybe thinking of doing bosses as basically one singular boss, but 4 different body parts, and each one of these would be a different body part. They didn't end up doing that, though they could in the future, who knows. If they were to do that, they would do that within the context of the dungeoning system. Also, one thing to note, if you haven't already, if you're a slightly newer player, make sure to unlock Drifting Sands and Blighted Lands questline completed. You will need both of these 2 quest lines completed in order to participate in the Drifting Sands is for the dungeon system, and the Blighted Lands is for the Soul Forge. If you had to pick which one to do first, I'd say Soul Forge first, and then the dungeoning one. So that would be Blighted Lands first, and then do the dungeon. The main reason for this is, well, actually it really just depends on preference, really. But assuming that you're a newer player that doesn't have either of them done, you might not even be able to participate within the dungeoning system immediately. I will be going over budget teams to be using within the context of dungeon system, but based on what I have seen of it so far, it does not appear to be something that you will easily be able to do as a brand new player. It's still going to be pretty easy to beat once you kind of get an okay-ish team, But like when you're first starting out, probably your first week, two, maybe even the first month, depending on how casually you're playing, you might not be able to do the dungeoning system. Is this your fastest PvP team? No, this is by no means my fastest PvP team. It's still going to be one of the teams within the best teams video, but this is definitely not one of my fastest. I have to say the fastest these days, or the fastest, most consistent team, probably just has to be the standard Gorgolfa KrissTigger Dragon Soul. I'm not really going to be showing that when we do the best teams video, mainly because I've already shown it like 2 or 3 times now. But yeah, this team, where'd it go? Well, let's take our tribute real quick while we're here. Tributes! We call for the 7 times tribute. Lucky 7. But yeah, it's this team right here, I'd have to say, is the most consistent, fast team. It's not the absolute fastest win, but it's pretty consistent. I say that and it's probably going to lose right now. But if you're paying attention onto the board, which I normally don't do while I'm streaming, this team can be extremely consistent with your wins. It generally has upwards of a 95% win rate, probably even could reach easily over 99% win rate. Doesn't really get countered by much, covers basically everything you need. Silent One can troll it though. Already had that happen earlier today. But other than that, and maybe like an occasional famine just trolling you as well. You know, standard Scion, mana drain stuff. Other than that, normally goes pretty standard as far as the win. So we'll just do this, get something away from the board. Cascade that into extra turn, Dragon Soul, boom, dead. You have to be able to read the board really quick for KrissTigger, though. You'll learn that over time just from constantly using it. But you basically just have to figure out what's the best option as quickly as possible. You don't have to spend forever and figure out like what the absolute perfect move is, but you need to figure out which one is at least decent in a quick time. Let's see, because out of every ability on this team, it's the one that takes the longest to cast. Dragon Soul and Gorgolfa are just, you click on them and boom, they're ready to go. And should be good to go. Oh, no, KrissTigger, we need you. Why do we not have you? Oh, we just throw it on whatever now. There we go. 3 times penguin with a KrissTigger? Go. Sure, we can go do 3 times with a penguin. I mean, 3 penguins with a KrissTigger. 1-1. Okay. Oh, he's using infinite loop. Well, let's hope he doesn't loop that much. Okay, let's go get the penguins. The march of the penguins. Penguin. 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 And KrissTigger. There we go. Actually, let me put KrissTigger in first slot. And double blue banner. Actually, did we go green blue or double blue? Or frozen banner? Oh no, or lion banner actually. No, never mind. That's not the right color. Yeah, we either go green blue or double blue. I guess we'll just go with double blue. Oh, you know what? Never mind. We do go frozen banner. The reason being is our summon uses purple. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. Okay. So if we have to summon for whatever reason, if he kills the last slot somehow. You lag in Gems of War? I've actually never seen Gems of War lag ever. I've seen it disconnect before. I've seen it do other weird things, but I've never seen it actually lag. I didn't even realize that was possible. Or well, I shouldn't say that. There is a way that it kind of like lagged in a way, but it was mainly just the servers chugging slowly when, well, I guess that's what lag is. But it was, it had to do with doing too many battles simultaneously too quickly. For the most part, I believe that has been fixed when they ended up switching server providers. But previously, prior to them doing that, if you basically won too quickly, which would have happened a lot if 4 times speed didn't get to new servers before then. It actually happened before 4 times speed was ever a thing. But basically, if you would have won too quick multiple times in a row, it would start to slow down your game until you restarted it. That no longer happens, or at least from what I'm aware of. I've never actually seen it happen since then, since they've adjusted it. Okay, there's a good possibility we'll lose, because we're just going to die on the KrissTigger. Because once we lose KrissTigger, we've lost the battle. And that's quite easy to do, given that he's running infinite loop. Also, we have 0 attack now as well. So we have to kill him off of ability damage.
Mana surge.
Don't kill it. Okay, he's being like a Gorgolfa right now, and all he's doing is just throwing his thing down constantly. So let's get rid of his purple. So we can't extra turn. And now we have one last slight chance, and we can't even crystallize. Don't kill it. We're so close. Don't make us have to win off of penguin slaps either. That's going to be annoying. How do we go about this? I got to take the skull, even though we do no damage. I don't have any choice. Don't do it. Don't do it. No. Wait, how did we get Red Storm? Oh, because he did the thing. Well, we got to win with penguin slaps. You got this, penguins. You got this, penguin. You got this. Nothing. There we go. Well, that's what that team does. That's what that team does. It was one cast away. Almost made it. The March of the Penguins didn't prevail, though. Sad. We could try it with Dragon Soul. That would probably work better. Against a non-drain team, though. Because it would be fail against something like that. But you could try, like, Dragon Souling this team with a bunch of the other thing. Okay, let's go with the Dragon Soul. I'm pretty sure Dragon Soul would have a better chance. Even though it doesn't gain any additional damage. It gains the extra mana accumulation. What was the thing called? The purple one. It was some kind of eye. Okay, I was like typing in Nyx almost. What is the one? I know what kingdom it's from, so let me just do that. If I can find alphabetical order, there we go. There we go. Put him in, put him in, put him in. There we go. Let's roll with that then. And you know the banner, the Dragon Soul banner. There it is. Okay. So let's go mess with this real quick. Yeah, Mismer. I knew it was something Y. I just couldn't remember what it was. I was half right. Well, actually, I was almost right. I said NY, didn't I? It was MY. Close enough. Oh, you know why I might have done that? I forget if I think I've mentioned this before. I had to have. There's no way I've streamed this long and never mentioned it. I know I mentioned it at least a couple times. But I write everything in cursive. And a cursive N basically looks like a normal M. So that's probably why I wrote N. NY instead of MY. That's the main reason I could possibly think of for that. Yeah, that is likely the case. Okay, well, he'll go take the skull, which is bad because we need a Dragon Soul to not die. Would be great. Stop it. Okay, well, Dragon Soul goes down. I think we're going to lose again. It does not look good. Now, it really doesn't look good because one poke is enough to kill. Oh, we're still alive. Okay, it devoured as well. That's even worse. And we're dead. No! 13 or more purple? Oh yeah, I forgot. They don't say. They need to fix that. All of the Guild War troops do not show if there are 13 or more color on the board. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, there's enough. Except it's not going to be enough. Yeah, it's over. This is over. That'd be over. Yeah, we're not going to get away with that. Web spinner with 3 arrays. I guess we could try it. Web spinner and the array spam. Where'd it go? There it is. 1, 2, 3. Double green banner. Actually, I'm going to go green-blue. Just so we don't take... I don't want the AI taking every green off the board. Okay. We'll move the blue over. We got free yellows! We totally need that color. Let's see. Well, we'll take the blue right there. We'll take the skull. We're entangled now, so that makes this a lot harder. That also makes this a lot harder. Oh, we cleansed already. That's useful. We'll take the green. I was just gonna take that blue. We'll take the green so he doesn't get as good effectiveness. He misses. Though he does not give us a 4 times, which would have been great. We'll throw that down or over. He did not devour us, but he did extra turns. 1, 2. Dead. Wow, web spinner. Oh, I love web spinner. It reminds me of when web spinner was the best troop in the game. It actually currently isn't. It's pretty good. Possibly top 10. As far as loopers, it's definitely top 10 best loopers. Actually, it might almost be number 1. Almost. But yeah, it'd probably make top 10 overall in the game. It used to be like absolute number 1, not even close to competition. But it is nowhere near that anymore, though. It is somewhat balanced. It's just above average in its balance. The other really big thing that it has too, which I normally don't use, but it has triple damage on its skull. And what's particularly noteworthy of this triple damage compared to the like 1 or 2 other troops that have it, there it might actually only be 1. Let me see. I'm pretty sure it's only him and Borealis, or her I should say, that do triple. Let me double check. Triple. Oh no. There's so many things. Triple skull, I think it was. Yeah, there's only 2 of them that do it. Borealis and Web Spinner. The reason why Web Spinner will always be the best troop ever to have it 3 times based on a stats effect is mainly because poison cannot be cleansed by time. It can only be cleansed with an actual cleanse ability, whereas freeze and literally every other one will be cleansed at 10% chance every single turn. So every single troop that ever gets added with a triple damage is not going to be as good as a Web Spinner. Because Web Spinner will essentially, as long as they're not immune to poison in any way, shape, or form, will essentially have 3 times skull damage against the entire enemy team, as long as it casts at least once prior to doing so. So it's pretty strong in that regard. It's not really a concept I normally use it for, because it's already so good at looping and casting that you don't really need to use it. But it's a nice little feature that can get it used in skull spam teams or into single-shot skull teams. Single-shot skull teams, if that ever becomes meta again, would be really, really strong. And it might start actually making a comeback, because right now the main things that are used are Drain Spam, which single skull would be good against, and Deathmark and Devour isn't being used much anymore, which is the main counter to single skull kill teams. Hack Yoshi, hello Hack Yoshi. Let's see, Galuda, Green Guardian, Amnesia, Death, Pony Banner. Galuda? Do you mean Gorgolfa? Galuda. Galagoda? Galgoda? I think that's Gorgolfa. Pretty sure that's Gorgolfa. Green Guardian, Amnesia, and Death. Sure, we'll go mess with that. Let's see. Oh no, not against Drain Spam. Let's see. Get all that in. I assume that's Gorgolfa. Unless that's a troop I'm not aware of. Let me see. Galg? Yeah, I don't think anything goes by that. Gorgolfa. Loyalty, I believe, is what you were referring to with Green Guardian. Unless you mean Array. I'm pretty sure you mean Loyalty. Amnesia. And Death. Where are you, Def? Okay, so it's an HP buffing Def team then. Generally, I don't run HP buffing Def teams and Pony Banner. Let's see, what is Pony Banner? -1 red, +2 purple, +1 yellow. I guess that could work. I'd probably prefer going just a standard brown yellow, but that works too. I'll roll with that. At least we'll be able to counter out Cyan. Oh, batting. Yeah, that's fine. I understood what you were saying. Close enough. Okay. Purple. Take that first. Reds. That +2 purple actually did come in handy due to our starting board. Oh, wow. Well, +2 purple for the win. Guess that was the better choice. I think generally going brown-yellow might be better, though, but you do actually get more pluses out of the banner you're using. It's just, it's not always necessarily better getting more pluses if it's not going to the direction you need it going to. So we get both of those up. Biggest issue right now, though, is he just got full mana from draining us off the first slot. That is really bad. Well, we got full mana to counter it back. I guess that works. I should probably try for a Skull Distract. That or just throw down Death. Or let him do his thing. Get our mana back. And that's normally why I do brown-yellow. If we would have surged that on the brown, we would have gotten full mana. And there was no yellow available. Or I don't think there was. If there was, I should have taken it. Don't famine. Good. Good Molochs. Oh no, but we still can't do anything. Well, you can skull just crack. But that won't. Oh no! Our mana. Oh, that's bad. There's Ragnagord. Do we have any follow-up? Not really. We also have -1 on red right now, too. Okay, there we go. Golfa. Not going to help us much, though, because he has famine. So we're almost just killing ourselves by doing this. Yep, there he goes. We got the summon, which is almost a bad thing, because it's basically just blocking us at this point. And yeah, we'll go move that over. Go kill him. One less thing to worry about. And now famine's just gonna kill us. Yeah, I think that's just the biggest issue I see happening with this team. One damage source and way too high of a mana cost with how many drain spammers are being used in the game right now. There's too many things to drain for you to be able to have this high of a mana cost right now. The average mana cost of this team is like 20. Or no, maybe not 20. 17 or 18 or something. Somewhere around there. These days, you want to be running an average... That's actually something I haven't really mentioned yet. But in the current meta of the game right now, as far as what works, you want to keep most teams around an average of 12 or less mana costs. Some of the teams I run are a little bit higher than that. But unless you're making like a really, really, really solid synergy team, you want to keep that below a 12 mana cost, if not even lower. If you could get it like an average of 9 or lower, that'd be really good as well. It's one of the reasons why double Wisp team and stuff like that's actually pretty decent right now. Looks like we might still win though. Now that we can actually cast, because of course the lower mana cost you have, the less time they have to be able to drain you. So you're going to be able to cast more. Let's see. Oh yeah, Leshy in first would be a pretty good improvement. I have done that combo before. There's a really funny combo that you can do right now with Leshy. What was the team again? It was Leshy, Loyalty, Bull Taurus, and Lady Arnerial. Except slightly different order than that. But yeah, I could go run that team real quick. It's a pretty funny team. I guess you could base that around Def if you wanted to too, instead of the Bull Taurus. I believe Bull Taurus would work better with it though. Generally, you don't build Def around HP buffs. The main reason for this is he has such a ridiculously high mana cost, and he only has a 3-to-1 ratio, whereas Bull Taurus has a 1-to-1. And it actually has the lowest boost ratio out of everything currently in the game that boosts based on HP. So that's one of the main reasons why you don't really use it. Can we get the win? If I could stop giving him skulls, probably. Oh, never mind. That's our skull. Aha! Strategic. No, that was completely unintended. But we'll go try skulling him, and we miss. Did we lose, though? No, we did not. Now we did. But yeah, let me go do the HP buff, the other team related to it. Let me do it against not Queen Mab. Let me go repick. There we go. No, come on. Well, I guess we could manage that. Let's go do our rival here then. We'll go take the rival. But yeah, let's see. Leshy. All the Leshes. Leshy. Loyalty's already in place. Bull Taurus. And, what's her name? Lady Arnerial. This is probably going to go really badly because of the colors that he's using right now. But we're still going to try it. What's your bonus color? Green. So we throw down a green something as our banner. Probably a green red or a green yellow. Let's go with a green yellow. Where are you, green yellow? I know you're in here. Green yellow, green yellow. It's the one with the little blowhorn thing. There it is. Blowhorn. So we'll go with this. Yeah, 3 times Kraken with Forest Troll is pretty popular right now. Some people throw in a Dark Troll too because they both work decently together. To keep giving the Kraken's mana. Generally, I find the most dangerous one though to be a Kraken, Forest Guardian, Kraken. I mean, Kraken, yeah. No, Forest Troll, I mean. Kraken, Forest Troll, Kraken. I find to be the most annoying right now. Out of all the variants that are currently out there.
Mana surge.
The aura is slowly shifting.
Mana surge.
The aura is slowly shifting.
And we'll let him take the poke. Oh, that is Death Mark, though. Wish he would have used the stun in first slot. Don't lose us, or don't die, Leshy. We need you. We don't need you desperately, but we do need you. Let's see. We'll throw down one cast, just so we can double cast them. There we go. The miss. The misses are strong. All I'm doing is giving him color he'll need. But oh well. Don't. No. Stop devouring. Stop devouring! Well, okay, we lost. Was worth trying. It can work. It's basically just a standard kind of like double cast kind of team. Any of the many teams that do a double cast for the kill has a really similar kind of setup to it. It's definitely not really that particularly good of a team, but it's one of the few things that Leshy is actually particularly decent in. There's actually a lot of really weird uses for Leshy. Even though he's a common, he has he has some really weird applications. Entangles all allies and enemies, and then destroy all green gems. Keyword there is destroy as well. Whenever you destroy gems, you actually get to keep the mana. So if he's destroying like 12 green, you just accumulated 12 green mana, plus all the additional cascades that he gets. You don't get any additional off the nature link though when you destroy them. Only when they actually get cascaded. So that's kind of a irrelevant trait, the nature link that he has on him. It's somewhat useful, because if you have things behind him or in front of him that use green, generally, I almost use him as a tank most of the time, even though he has no skull mitigation. I kind of just use him as a meat shield. Because all you really need is his first cast. Everything beyond about his first cast, unless you're situationally using him to counter out like attack reduction or something, you really only need him for one cast, and that's to get your team going. Beyond that, you don't really need him much. Hello again, Low Light. Welcome. Is good for defense? Yes, 3 times Kraken with Forest Troll is good for defense. It has some really weird win chance that it has on it. But yeah, if you were to run something on defend, that'd be pretty decent. For the invading, I normally do the fully fleshed out team, but you could technically just leave it at that too. Do a even use it for invade. Just use the triple Kraken with a Forest Troll for defending or invading. Doesn't really matter which, but yeah, it would work perfectly fine for defend. We'll go move that down. Let him do whatever with the skull, as long as he loses his turn, that's what matters. We'll go take the brown, start getting that up. The blue or brown? Blue or brown? It's the brown. He doesn't need blue. Oh, yes, he does. Giant spider. Hello, giant spider. I didn't see you there. Skull, we'll just let him take. Bad situation. We'll just take that. Still somewhat bad situation. Not dead yet. And can we get going already? Is that over? We need just a little bit of mana. Don't make me have to use this. I might just use a variant of this that just drops Sea Troll. I almost feel like Sea Troll's getting in the way. I still want to keep the Kraken and everything, but I think I'll just use the board clear of Web Spinner casting instead of using a Sea Troll. Because he keeps blocking my mana. I'll have to test a few different variants later. Well, go move that over. Double the blue. And double the green. Oh, B just destroyed our damage source. Well, down that goes. Well, guess we gotta stick with the standard then. Don't make me have to go back to it. And we'll just clear him out with that then. Let's see. It's 3:15 a.m. by you. Have a good night, JZG. Yeah, I'm actually probably going to be heading out after this battle too. Anyone have any last questions before we head out? Yeah, it's starting to head pretty late by me too. We will be doing the Stardew Valley stream tomorrow. That will be in about 15 hours from now at noon tomorrow, Eastern Standard Time, when we're going to be starting that. we are starting to run through the course of that game. I believe we're almost completed through the second file at this point. There are a few guides that I want to go make on it though, which I'll definitely need to do soonish once I get the other videos done. And all the streams we've been doing, those will be uploaded soon. Well, they're technically uploading now. It's just they're taking forever. YouTube. YouTube issues. What could do the team you suggested at the beginning of the stream now? Oh yeah, sure. What team was that? We can go end with that. What was it? Let's see, if I go all the way back to the beginning of the stream, maybe I can find it. Vinoxia, Lady Ornerio, Mercy, Queen Mab, and a Arcane Trait Stone. There we go. So let's go test it. So we need edit team. Oops, I mean bonuses. I mean, wait, what am I doing? Yeah, we're already in the right spot. Let's see, Vinoxia. Lady Ornerio. I can type. Lady A. Mercy. And lastly, we need Queen Mab. The only really big issue I see with this team so far is why on earth is there a Mercy in it? You don't use any yellow. And if you're using it just for the cleanse, why? Let's see. Well, let's go with, you're also denying out 3 troops that use purple. I don't get why there's a Mercy on this team at all. The rest of it works. I just don't understand the Mercy. Let's go double blue. Actually, Frozen Banner. +2 blue, +1 purple. Yeah, that Mercy I'm pretty much just not going to cast the entire battle. There's no point in using it ever. It's just going to help the enemy. You're denying literally your entire team's color. Like half of what they use. Also, wait, how is this Guild War friendly also? This isn't any Guild War Day color. For a second I thought it was pure blue, but then there's Vinoxia. So I don't understand what day you're going for either. Let's see. Well, we'll go take blue. Let him do a Skull Poke. Take blue again. And there goes Mercy. Now we really can't use our Mercy. Let's see. Well, throw Lady Ornerio on the board. Get Vinoxia going. Get both of them going. Yeah, if you were going to use this, you just replace this with Valkyrie instead of the Mercy. Because it's not made for any Guild War Day. That or you'd have to replace out Mercy with something. Because Mercy's completely a dead troop in this team. And there, oh yeah, I forgot you have Mana Shield. I was wondering why it wasn't dead. It had already been dead ages ago. There we go. Hey, if you just replace Mercy with oh, wait, you couldn't ever use this in Guild Wars, could? No, you can use it for Purple Guild War Day. You can use it on Purple Day. You just have to replace Mercy with basically anything that has a +1 on it. I don't believe Purple has another Cleanse. I don't think you would really need Cleanse, though, unless you're getting Frozen. That could be the only reason why you would use Cleanse. But, let's see, what's a Purple Cleanse? What's a good Purple Cleanse? Oh, you could just use Herdmaster, perfect. Yeah, that's all you'd have to change then. Replace Mercy with Herdmaster, and then you're good to go. So that's all you'd have to do. Vinoxia, Lady Ornerio, Herdmaster, Queen Mab. And if the board is horrible, just use Herdmaster. You'd get mana generation, plus you get Cleanse. There you go. Yeah, you could just run with that. Vinoxia, Lady Ornerio, Herdmaster, and Queen Mab. And it would work decently. Biggest issue is when it starts missing. But assuming it doesn't miss, you should be fine. A Scion is basically the scariest thing you could run this against, because you're going to be putting a lot of blue on this board. and you're eventually going to miss with that blue, and that will give him Scion, and then he's going to drain you. Also, if he skulls your Vinoxia when it has full mana, that's a full Scion as well. Generally, when you're running against Scion, if you can help it, you want to try using a frontline slot that has a lower than 15 mana cost. The only instance where I don't do this is Gorgolfa, generally because I just throw him down the second I have him. But if it's something that you might need to hold in a given situation, you want to make sure they have under 15 mana, just to make sure you don't fully give your Scion mana. But yeah, you could run that. It would work. Once you get it started, it just keeps going, because you can just keep doing the combo into Queen Mab endlessly. Generally, this team is ran with a Valkyrie in third slot, but of course, that cannot be used for Guild Wars, so Herdmaster would work fine. Don't put a Mercy there, though. There is no point in using Mercy in that team. But other than that, yeah, it works out decently. Justice works better. I generally don't run Justice in this team. You could put it in if you wanted to. Well, for one, it wouldn't work for Guild War Day, but if you were to use it for PvP with it in there, the only issue with that is I believe you're missing 2 colors if you do that, both red and yellow and brown. So yeah, you'd be missing too much color if you do that. You'd be missing 3 colors if you put a Justice in there, which generally is a bit too much. For the most part, whenever I play a team, I use 4 colors or more. And 4 colors I only use if I'm using like an extremely heavy loop that's focused on 2 particular colors. But yeah, trying to do an endless loop off of just 3 colors is a little hard to do. If you try going Vinoxia, Lady Arnerial, Justice Queen Map, it would be stronger, yes, but if you don't get a good starting board, if you keep getting drained and stuff like that, you're never going to be able to catch up, because you only use half the possible gems on the board, so you're going to be behind perpetually the entire battle. But yeah, if you were already ahead, Justice would work better. But if you're already getting the loop, you don't need a Justice for even more power. You already have enough power between Vinoxia and Lady Arnerial and Queen Mab that once it gets going, you basically just need to use this third troop as the support troop that helps it get going. To help it get going. That's one of the reasons why Valkyrie is normally used as a slot there, because Valkyrie can get up really quickly and just start feeding into both Vinoxia and Lady Arnerial. But, let's see. Currently you're running, you need help with a team. Your new PC account only has Legends, Atima, Celestasia, Forest Guardian, Gloomleaf, Hydra, Keeper of Souls, Moloch, Shegra, Sylvania Mora, and Vinoxia. Currently running Gloomleaf, Valkyrie, Keeper of Souls, Giant Spider. That actually doesn't sound too bad already. Let's see, what other options do you have? Yeah, I think that would be your best first slot for now. But yeah, I think that's perfectly fine. Gloomleaf is almost more blocking you than anything, though. But the Valkyrie, Giant Spider, Keeper of Souls combo, yes, that is definitely very, very strong. That alone is enough to win you pretty much every battle, for the most part. As long as you're not up against, like, Gorgolfa or something, that'll work fine. As far as different replacements for a Gloomleaf, let's see. You don't have Corvash. You probably don't have Shegra traded, because that in first slot would work. The only problem is if you don't have the traits, then it wouldn't. There's nothing else you have that would work. Sylvania Mora wouldn't, plus it's not traded. Artima possibly could, but she's probably not traded either. Let's see. Make the team with Abrath, Gorgolfa, Shegra, and Naga Queen. That sounds kind of interesting. But I believe the biggest issue with that team would be... No, actually that would work. Because you would have the Gorgolfa to clear out the board. That would be fine. I was going to say you wouldn't have enough red, even with the Naga Queen. But yeah, Gorgolfa for the clear would help. Actually, Abrath would clear too. So yeah, we'll go try it after. Is there another decent team in there to work towards? Let's see. I'll assume no traits. You could do a Apothecary, Keeper of Souls Shegra team with something in first slot that would cover the rest of the colors. What would you need to cover the last of those colors? You would need a green, blue, yellow. I think you're missing yellow then. Yeah, you would need a yellow-brown troop. That would be strong for your first slot. I don't know what you have as far as brown-yellow options. You have... Oh, Artima. Okay, I guess you could go Artima then. So I guess that would work. So, Artima, Apothecary, Keeper of Souls, and then Shegra is what you would end up running then. It'd be this team. Where'd it go? Initially, you might want to use something other than Artima, though. Well, I guess Artima could work. It's just she has quite a large mana cost until she gets fully traded, or partially traded. Because the armor piercing is the main thing you would really get most of the value out of. But Artima, Apothecary, Shegra, that typed in really wrong, Shegra, and the Keeper. Oh, sorry, Keeper goes before the Shegra. Because it has more control over where it goes. Oops, and now I overwrite the Shegra. There we go. But yeah, running this with, what banner would you roll? Do we need a +1 on Apothecary? So I guess a green-brown. You can also go with Kraken banner. That's such a good Kraken banner. We don't need that purple as badly. That's a +2 brown with a +1 blue. That'll be enough for Apothecary. So yeah, something along these lines. Let's not go against Drain Spam, though then again, actually Queen Mab won't matter. Running this against Queen Mab won't matter because of the Apothecary automatically has Cleanse when it does its ability. So it's not going to be able to end our turns, even though she has Freeze. Okay, well, take the extra turn right there. Start getting this thing up. It'll get Skull distracted, then we'll do this on red and go from there. Yeah, that's one of the main reasons I said for now you probably wouldn't want to use her. She has a really high mana cost that might get in the way a bit on some of your battles. But once you get past that initial mana cost, it's going to be pretty easy to use her. Well, do this on green. Do that over for mana. Get the Apothecary on anything. And just keep repeating until you win. And what else do we need to move? Take that for Skull. Apothecary, pretty much anything. And as match. So yeah, something along that line. So that would be the end goal of that team. So yeah. That's something that you could work towards, one of the teams. That also pretty much works as is right now. Other than Artima. But as far as the Apothecary, Keeper of Souls, and Shegra, this triple combo actually does not need any traits to function. The only thing that really needs to be good is your first slot. These other three can be completely untraded, and it makes pretty much no difference to how this team performs. Only the first slot really needs all the traits on it. There's also a few other ones you can do. Actually, if I'm not mistaken, I actually have that saved. Not that particular troop, but it's the enraged version of it with the new King Miguel. But yeah, any brown-yellow that is really good with skulls would work with this team. And it would be the only one that needs to be traded if you could possibly ever get their trait. There's a few different variants you can do with it. You could even do Grogolfa if you really wanted to, though it's not particularly good against skulls, but with skulls, but it is good against skulls. But yeah, like anything like that on first slot would work perfectly fine. I believe there's some cheaper ones too if you really wanted to. Like for example, if you needed a cheaper version of Artima, there is, or until you can get it built, you can use, what's it called, Wolf Knight. This guy. He's only a rare, so he's a lot cheaper to get, and he has armor piercing as well. He has a slightly lower attack, and his ability isn't really as effective, but if you needed like a cheaper mana cost and something easier to trait, this could be an alternative to that as well. Let's see. A cheap Great Maul team. There isn't really such a thing as a cheap Great Maul team. Most of what it gets synergized with is more expensive. You have to use Great Maul plus Apothecary plus a brown Skull Spammer would have to be your team. The only problem is every brown Skull Spammer at minimum is a legendary troop. So that's the biggest issue that it has. You could also use a yellow Skull Spammer. I don't even think there is such a thing as a yellow Skull Spammer though, unless you count Humility, but that doesn't really count much. I don't believe any yellow can actually spam skulls. I don't think, other than Humility. No. Actually, there's even some that remove skulls. Yeah, there's not a single yellow that does it other than Humility, which doesn't really count. Oh no, there's Forest Guardian. I don't know if you have Forest Guard. And that's, again, is a high rarity troop, though, too. Yeah, I was lied. There actually is Forest Guardian. So there's one, but it's also a legend. Every single Skull Spammer that assists Great Maul is a legend. So that's one of the biggest issues with trying to make a cheap one. Oh yeah, just use it with Keeper of Souls then. So it'd be Great Maul, Apothecary. Pretty much the same premise of what we just did. It'd be Great Maul, Apothecary, Keeper of Souls, and then a yellow plus whatever the other color you're missing. You would have to use another yellow because once your Great Maul casts, you don't use yellow anymore. Also, let me go do Hugo's team. End up mentioning something earlier. Let me go do that. So, we go back to our first slots and go slot that in. So we need, edit this. We need Abereth, Gorgoltha, Abereth, Gorgoltha. What else? What else? Shegra. And the Naga Queen. There we go. Okay, let's try this. Does he use every color? I assume so. Looks like it. Very rare that you see a non-first slot Gorgoltha. There are some teams that do run second slot Gorgoltha. He can only ever be placed in first or second. I used to run one team that used to use second slot Gorgoltha ever. I think there's only ever been one. And that was Crimson Bat, Gorgoltha, Crescendo, and another Crimson Bat. I believe that's the only team I've ever ran that ran a non-first slot Gorgoltha. It's very, very, very rare to see. Actually, I think this might be the first time I'm doing it for almost a year. It has been a very, very long time. Actually, maybe not that long. But as far as me using it constantly, it's been over like a year since I bothered using a second slot Gorgoltha. It's not horrible. It's just generally if you're using Gorgoltha, particularly if it's traded. Well, for one, you generally don't use Gorgoltha if it's not traded. So I guess the second slot Gorgoltha in those instances are a bit better. But, yeah, it is really rare to see. We'll go through that over. It's not horrible. And in the current meta of the game, it's actually even less horrible than what it normally would be, mainly because it can't be drained by Scion anymore, or at least not immediately. But we'll go through that down. I need to start getting that rolling. I probably should have double-checked to see if we actually had a Naga Queen cast, because I should have threw it if we did. But I forgot to check. Not used to using Naga Queen. So we're double death marked on two of like the most important troops. Well, I guess Gorgoltha is kind of important, but he could have cleansed it, so I didn't really mind if he got it. Well, let's clear the board again. We have two things that completely clear the board. Yeah. Never mind. Speaking about two things, yeah. Well, that didn't quite work out. Let's try this again. Double kill. Anyways, that happened. Yeah. Well then. I just can't get your break today. We've been getting really bad luck today in some of these battles. Well, go take that down. Throw down the Abereth. I'm gonna need another Abereth soon because he's not tanky enough without his ability. There we go. Right in time before he dies. Throw down the Abby. Did we skull? Yes. Do we have alignment? No. That is bad. Oh, but it died, so that is good. Well, Abereth again. Oh, do we have alignment? Yes, we do. There we go. Do we throw another Abby? The answer is probably yes, unless we can one-shot Skull. Or actually turn one of them so we can one-shot Skull, but we'll do that. And clear the board again. Not getting the best of board clears, but I think we can go now. Oh, we got the poke. Don't kill it. Good, barely. Is that enough damage? Yeah, I think so. There we go. I see what you're going for. It's an interesting team. Not one I would particularly use, but I see what you're going for with it, and it does work. So, yeah, it's a nice creative team. Nice to see different things. But yeah, Abereth, Gorgoltha, Shegra, Naga Queen. The biggest issue I could see with this, you have no cleanse for your Abereth. which won't necessarily always be a bad thing. But if you get entangled on your Abref, your entire team is useless. So as long as they don't have entangle in any way, shape, or form, I guess this team would be fine. But you have no cleanse that can hit your Abref, and once he gets entangled, your entire team does nothing, because everything is focused around Abref having a ridiculously high skull damage. And your attack, you won't gain attack, you can't use your skulls, and everything else is oriented towards both of those two things. So it will then do nothing. So that's the only thing I would say to really look out for. Other than that, seems okay. So yeah, nice to see a new kind of team out there. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for tonight. Thank you all so much for joining us. We stream, of course, every single night at 8 PM Eastern Standard Time to do all the Guild War battles, and on Monday we just go over the whatever the new troop is and all that kind of stuff for the event. Anyways, if you guys still have any other questions, feel free to leave it on the video, or on any of the videos or anything like that. Hope you all have a wonderful rest of your weekend. We'll be back tomorrow at noon, which is 14-ish hours from now. 14 and a half. Yeah, 14 and a half hours from now for Stardew Valley. And, of course, at nights, as we always do, 8 PM Eastern Standard Time, which is about an hour and a half prior to now tomorrow, we'll have the Gems of War again. In which case, we'll do the final Guild War day. What is that today? Or what is that tomorrow, I should say. The last final color today, I believe, was red. Yeah, and tomorrow we'll do red day with the loop team that we were kind of doing earlier. Oh no, we've only won one of the days so far. We've lost every other day except for the second day, which is kind of weird because that's really odd. How on earth did we score so high on day 2, yet every other day we've scored so low? I do not understand that. But anyways, that happens. What would make a good team for the lower level players? Make a good team for this. I don't know what you're referring to with this. Also, hello, Anthony. But yeah, what are you referring to with that? Then I can answer you. What would make a good team for lower level players? I'm not sure what you're referring to by this. What is this? But yeah, let me know what this is so I can answer your question. Red Guild War Day, the team I was using previously? Something else? If you're referring to Red Guild War Day, you probably want to build around a Mist Stalker. If that is the case. A true damage. If you have like Merilith Mist Stalker, that combo alone can win you Red Day. But yeah, what are you referring to with it? I'm not sure. Can you hear me? I should probably type it into chat. Are you there, Anthony? Hello, all Anthonys. Or actually just that Anthony. Anthony Johnson. Oh, does he mean Guild War? Oh, Miststalker Merilith then. Other than that, I guess an Alchemist into a good red-yellow that you have. Even just a Goblin Rocket would be fine. Alchemist Goblin Rocket could be pretty substantial. If you wanted to go for a triple team, you can just go simply with an Alchemist Hellcat double Goblin Rocket combo. You get slightly less score, but you'll have like a 95% plus win rate, probably even higher. I don't think I've lost once with it in Guild Wars. On lower level accounts I might, but for the most part it still is pretty insane. And you can beat almost anyone in the entire game with it, assuming you don't get frozen. Once you get it going, it just never stops looping. But yeah, you can roll with something like that. I think that answers your question. Anyways, guys, I'm going to be heading off for tonight. If that didn't answer your question, feel free to ask again later, and we can specify what that is. Anyways, have a good night, everyone. Have a good weekend. See y'all tomorrow night, and best of luck with everything. Goodbye.